Did you know that Object Beastworm Simulator turns 6 years old tomorrow? I didn't know that. So here's this video that I'm gonna rush out. Cool. How about that? This episode was actually finished the day that I started recording it, that being the 27th of December. I just got too lazy and I didn't edit it until the 29th. Jump 1 mile. My little feeble prepubescent brain somehow knew about time zones, but just didn't know what the hell a CST was. So if you look in the description, it says Chicago time when voting ends. I mean, I guess I was just hoping that everybody knew that it was 5:30 my time. Spoiler alert, they didn't. Run from acid. It took a whole less than a month for me to copy off BFB. Isn't that amazing? Back in business! My whole shtick is that I stopped posting after 2 to 3 episodes at this time period, so a lot of people that I knew started yelling at me, is it cancelled? Is OBS cancelled? So I kind of just threw this together quickly. Salty pink bear. This was around the time where I started to somewhat come up with a story, but it was lazily thrown together because I was like 11, so yeah. An excellent episode. I planned episode 5 way in advance, back in like January, to be a racing episode. Here was the original thumbnail. However, the egg hunt came out and I was more infatuated with the egg hunt, so I wanted to make a tie-in to that. So this episode came to be instead of the racing episode. So rest in peace to the racing episode. The Purplest Mission. This episode would have been a 1 and 2, where it would introduce Purple Potion, and then the next part would have introduced Super Smoothie as new contestants. But, that never came to be. Obviously, Super Smoothie isn't in the game, and Purple Potion I just kind of shoved in there because I felt like it, I guess. And it was new at the time, so yeah. The epic escape. I originally planned for Onnit to, in this episode, reveal his secret lair with his secret sister, but I'm glad I didn't, because Onnit is a real person. So the moon protectors. I don't know why, but I was just obsessed with this team at this point. That's why they were in 2 of the thumbnails back to back. This was probably early signs of my autism, but, I don't know. Don't you dare! I don't know why Onnit is pissed off in this episode. I just made him pissed off because of, I don't know what he was doing in his super secret lair that I still at the time had no clue what he was doing in. So I copied the Paper Puppets episode. That's a fun. No, that's not fun. Don't copy people. Kids, you should not plagiarize. Plagiarizing is bad. Climb it up. This was the last full episode that I actually recorded in my condo before we moved to my new house, which I still live in to this day, because I'm not old enough to move out yet. I swear I'll move out eventually. Give me time, I don't even have a job yet. The salty battle. This episode, I hate so much, but not for the reason that you would probably expect. It's not because of the plagiarism of another friend's show and the plagiarism of Steven Universe, which we'll get into in the next episode. However, it's the execution of everything that just makes me pissed off, because why the fuck would I do this? Like, none of it makes sense. This is the one episode that I am keen on remaking to this day. Hell, even back then, I wanted to remake it because it was just that bad. Escape the prison. This episode was an amalgamation of everything that I tried to stick together from every previous episode stories that was non-existent, and came up with a shitty Steven Universe plotline, which is just the entire episode of Steven Universe escapism. So, that's great. This episode I'm also gonna remake, so expect that eventually. The Card Collectors. I held off on recording this episode for whatever reason. I don't know why. I mean, that's really all I have to say for this. I don't have anything else. Black Friday horrors! Next to episode 11 and next to episode 12, this is probably the worst episode that I've recorded. Like, there's nothing here. This episode is just filler. Dead Tree, join! Off camera, apparently, on it knew that everything was gonna go wrong, so he kind of just put every eliminated contestants into a little box for whatever reason. This makes no sense, but it made sense to me at the time. Waterfall challenge again? This was the episode that started to include crude humor into the show because I thought it was funny, because Burger Roll did it, and I wanted to do it too because I was stupid. You could also tell that this is when episodes started to break and not really show up as often, unfortunately. Just skipping around. I came up with this episode when I was just sitting on a chair and I fell asleep and I was kind of half awake but also not awake. This was at my mom's physical therapy or something. I don't remember, but it just popped into my mind while I was in this half dream, half awake state. A lot of other stuff went down that was obviously not going to be put in the episode because it was personal, but it did give me that idea. And then I realized OFA did it. Rain Strikes Back. Did I do romance okay? I don't know how you do romance. Reused? That's incorrect. At this point, I somewhat had a stable story that I could go with, but again, I was an amateur, so it kind of sucked. An awkward moment. Hey, remember that plot point from episode 12? Well, yeah, it's over now. I got rid of it. I was getting sick and tired of holding it off for a bit, if I'm being completely honest with you, and I wanted to end off the first half of the season with at least something interesting, and I think I failed miserably. Join my team! I think this episode encapsulates everything that's wrong with this show, because it's just... everyone is just such an asshole in this episode, and I don't know why I wrote it like that. I don't know. It reflected how I felt at the time, which was a year ago. So, that's fun. I feel a lot better now, thankfully, and hopefully my writing can not suck for 2 Deluxe. And I guess this is just more of a me issue. I'm so lazy when it comes to recording things because I want to record more stuff. I want to post more stuff because it brings me joy. But I just get so busy with school and I get so burnt out and it's... bleh. Sorry, I'm venting. But, yeah. Episode 1 Deluxe was okay. But it could have been better in my opinion. But, yeah, that's every fact of every episode. So, I can't tell you when 2 Deluxe is coming out, if I'm being honest with you. Hopefully it's a lot sooner than I anticipate because I got a new phone. Oh yeah, this is a new phone, by the way.